New on AM Extra now, it's been 2 years since the U.S. ended its conflict in Afghanistan, but for many Afghans, the road ahead is still a rocky one.
One local veteran credits his experience on the battlefield with helping a refugee find a new life here in Oregon.
See, you've already learned this. It's a must. Yeah.
They didn't serve together on the front lines, but a shared experience overseas brought these two men together in Oregon. Jonathan Bossy owns and operates Junk Luggers of Portland and Beaverton, a business he opened after 23 years serving in the Marine Corps. One of his newest employees doesn't speak the same language, but they have a deeper understanding from time each man spent in Afghanistan. Bossy served as a military advisor to the Afghan army.
Without the Afghan military, we couldn't have done anything that we did.
Abdul Rahman was part of that military.
Initially, I started working with the Special Forces of Afghanistan for 3 years. And afterwards, I joined the KPF, which stands for Host Protection Force, and he joined them. So that's the unit that directly been supported by the U.S. Yeah, I was a soldier, and my job was going out on patrols, and day and night, and just serving my country.
After years of fighting to free his country from the Taliban regime, Abdul and his family had to flee for their lives.
Okay. After, on the 15th August 2021, when the Republic of Afghanistan collapsed, there was a sudden thing, really shocking. And then I was in Host province with my unit, and our unit moved to Kabul and decided to evacuate it. So, and me and my family was among those, and then we had to get out for our safety. We honestly couldn't think it through, that what's going on, and is it real or is it something just fake? But it was real, unfortunately. And then it was really sad that we were leaving our country, leaving behind our motherland, and that we, been there for years and decades. Leaving behind our rich culture, leaving behind, my friends and other relatives.
Dreams of a better future for his family and Afghanistan dashed. He made it out with his wife and 2 youngest sons. Their other 3 children couldn't leave with them in time. They and other family members now face danger each day under Taliban rule. Amid the struggle, Abdul resettled to Oregon, determined to help his family find a better life. His military experience, an instant bond with Bossy.
Working with Afghans was just a really great experience because we were able to live and work together. They were very loyal to the nation, their nation. They really were motivated to get peace and try to get the Taliban out of the area we were in. When I met Abdul, we immediately kind of connected on that.
These days, Abdul works at Junk Luggers while taking English classes and working with Darwish Zahil through the Afghan Support Network.
Afghan Support Network is the first culturally specific nonprofit organization that targets the needs of Afghans in Portland metro area and across Oregon.
Now, Junk Luggers is helping with more than just employment.
As an eco-friendly junk removal company, our whole goal is to divert anything from the landfill that we can. Once we found out that Darwish had a bunch of refugees who were coming in, had apartments but didn't have any furniture, we now just kind of, when we get furniture donations in, we build a little apartment kit for them, and then we deliver it to their apartment.
The help providing hope to families who've been through so much suffering.
I'm really thankful for John, that how he's been supporting me, and grateful that what he offered me when I come here, and I've been having a great experience so far with him.
It's not without its challenges, but it is really rewarding to see them just grow in understanding the culture. So it is really a great win-win for both the employer and the employee because everyone just learns a lot, and you're giving someone a great opportunity.
Well, Abdul and his family were just a few of thousands of Afghans who came here as refugees. And unfortunately, their status is now in jeopardy. As soon as this summer, many who lack permanent legal status could lose their authorization to live and work in the U.S. legally. The Afghan Support Network is working to advocate for these families. It's going to take an act of Congress to help them stay here. And we've seen that happen in previous instances throughout history where refugees have come here and they need basically a path forward to permanent residence in the U.S. They can't return to Afghanistan. They would be killed.
Well, and sharing these stories to highlight that is important, because it's something, like you said, well, it was 2 years ago that soldiers were taken out of Afghanistan, and that's a moment that feels like yesterday and a decade ago all at the same time. So to not forget that these are stories that are out there is also important.
There's bipartisan support in Congress for a resettlement act that's being held up by a small minority. So if you're interested, you can learn more. We'll post some resources on coin.com, and you can speak out on behalf of these refugees who want to work and create a life for themselves and their families here.